What's up, guys and girls of the internet? Thank you so much for watching my channel. My name is Kaz. In today's video, I just want to talk to you about a few things that I've noticed a lot of YouTubers out there don't tell people. What's the truth about being a YouTuber, or the things that YouTubers never tell people? Well, the first thing I'm going to go at is it's a lot of hard work, and I actually comprised the list in my phone whilst I was to work. I was feeling the need to make this video because a lot of people are under this fairy tale life or idea that it's just a fairy tale life. It's not that easy to just come into YouTube and say I'm going to be a YouTuber. And please don't let this video discourage you. I still want to be a successful YouTuber and a self-sustaining YouTuber, so don't let this discourage you. But please beware that this is the truth, and these are the things that you're going to be facing as a person who's trying to become a professional YouTuber. So the first thing you want to know is that it's a lot of hard work, with no guarantee that it's actually going to work out. YouTube, when I first got into it, I randomly got into it, and I made a video. I made a couple of videos, and I was making maybe a video every week, every 2 weeks or so, and it was just like a really cool hobby. When I realized that, hey, this may be something that I actually wanted to get into, and I realized that the only way for me to get into it is to actually push forward and become professional. I work so much, and when you start to get a lot of subscribers, your work just begins, because it's like the more subscribers you have, the more work you have, and it's definitely a lot of work. So my schedule right now is work, my actual job that I make probably close to $30,000, which is an average pay, but we don't have much taxes in the Bahamas. We do have minimal taxes, not as much as like maybe the UK or the United States, but we have minimal taxes. But let's say work 9 to 5, 8-hour shift, maybe work a little extra 9 or 10 hours at some point in the week. From there, I come home and I do YouTube. YouTube is all that I do on my free time, like going out, going to the club, chilling out with friends and stuff. But I gave that up for YouTube, and I've been doing this for like 2 years. So, and in 2 years, I've only peaked at about 12,000 subscribers. I have 2 channels, and I've only peaked about 12,000 subscribers. So YouTube is a lot of work. It's no guarantee that it's actually going to turn out. YouTube, the second point we're going to go at is YouTube is extremely expensive. I'm not rich, and everything that I'm using right now, especially this webcam that I'm talking to right now, is expensive. And I spend thousands of dollars to actually buy equipment so that I can become a professional YouTuber, because you want to be able to compete with other YouTubers out there who have like their 4K cameras and 1080p. Well, you have to start at some point, and I was able to buy a few $1,000s worth of equipment, like computers, so I can render my videos better and stuff like that, and all of those racked up to be a very expensive build. Now, I was able to make some of the money back. At least I made all the money back that I spent, and a little bit more, but it's nothing to brag about. And number 3 is YouTube is an emotional roller coaster, and sometimes you want to quit. Like, a lot of times you're gonna want to quit. Every so often you probably want to quit YouTube. Some days it's like your subscribers love you. Some days you're a piece of mess. It's just a roller coaster. Some days Google is against you. Some days your AdSense works. Some days you just have a hiccup. Something stops working. All of a sudden you don't get paid anymore. It's an emotional roller coaster, and be prepared for it. It's worse than having a unstable girlfriend, right? You could literally sneeze, and someone have that tone of sneeze copywritten, and they say, oh, you sneeze like me, and it's owned by this company, and they just give you a copyright strike. That literally happened to me. I don't even know how I got a copyright strike. I posted up a video, and literally in like an hour or two I got a copyright strike, and it took away all my monetization capabilities. And then when I tried to contact YouTube itself, they couldn't even give me an answer to say, all right, you're gonna be fixed in probably like 6 months. If they told me that, I wasn't even making no money like that, to say I wanted to quit my channel and start a new one. But they couldn't even tell me if I ever was going to be freed of this plague of not being able to monetize my videos. So I started over a whole new channel and then after 6 months, all of a sudden now, this channel that I'm posting on was able to monetize again, and now I have 2 channels. So it's an emotional roller coaster. Some days you're gonna want to quit. Many times I told my lady I just want to quit YouTube, and I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna feel like that again. Number four, you're gonna have a lot of jealous people in the community. I mean, people in your local community outside of the internet. When they see you start to get popular on YouTube, if you ever do, you're gonna have people who try to befriend you. You're gonna have people who try to like. You work for 2 years or you work for 3 or 5 years to just get that couple thousand subscribers that you finally got, and you're gonna have people who just want you to put them on, just want you to put them straight on to what you have, without any of the work that you put in, all the money that you spend. They just want you to put them straight on, and that's it. And if you don't do that, they're gonna be offended. Not only that, but you're gonna have people who claim that they're with you, and they're gonna go on your video, and they don't even care what your video is about. Your video could be about feeding 1 million children. They're gonna probably press dislike, and that's not because your video isn't good. It's just because you have a lot of jealous people out there that don't want you to see you succeed. And that's just the way it is. When you start to succeed, people become jealous. All right. The fifth thing we're going to talk about is the bigger you get, the faster you get. I always say to my friends and people that I can't come in contact with that the internet is like a virus. It's actually, in my mind, the biggest virus you could ever have in the world. In today's day and age, humans, we depend on technology, and the internet is definitely a fundamental part of that technology. Now, with that being said, with the internet being so important, social media has become very important and a very good tool when it comes to spreading information. YouTube is one of those key points in social media, and the bigger you get, the more exposure you get when it comes to different people being able to spread or share your videos to different audiences, and those different audiences now get to enjoy you, and you're going to be exposed to so many different people. And it's just the bigger you get, the faster you grow. I think the slower you grow is like how small you are. Like right now, I'm growing very slow, and I'm growing probably at a normal rate of a YouTuber. And this is not one of those exceptions where someone wins the lottery and then just gets 100,000 subscribers in a month. It's normal for a YouTuber to take this long to grow. But as you get bigger, you're going to grow faster and faster because you're going to have more exposure to different people, whatever you're blogging about at a particular time. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is it's actually easier to become a professional athlete in anything like NBA or football or American football or whatever. It's actually easier to become a professional athlete than it is to become a YouTuber. So let's put this in perspective. You have thousands of kids every year who try to join the NFL or the NBA, and you only have maybe 300 and something people all together on the NBA, if that much, right? So out of those thousands, you have many crush hearts. You have many people who are like just crushed that they didn't make it, but that's just the reality. In this community of YouTube, you have probably a guy in every field, and then you have the millions of subscribers like PewDiePie, him being the number one. He's probably going to be number one as long as he is alive, because he's already occupied that space and he already cornered the market. Actually, getting 1 million subscribers is very difficult. And not only that, guys, to become a professional YouTuber, I did some research. You actually need about 1 million subscribers to actually make the money that I make right now from my professional job, which is about $30,000. So if you don't make $30,000 or you make more than that and you want to become a professional YouTuber, this is some of the things you could be looking out for. That you're gonna have a pay decrease for a very long time, and I haven't been able to make as much money I make at my actual job from YouTubers yet. In fact, I always tell people the money that I make from YouTube, I can't tell you because that's against YouTube policies, but let's just take things in perspective. How much it is to take you and your lady or you and your husband or boyfriend to a Red Lobster, maybe buy some shrimp, maybe buy a lobster, maybe buy a nice little dinner, but that's pretty much it. That's how much money I make from YouTube with all these subscribers. So it's definitely not paying off for me, but over the 2 years, I was able to pay back for the equipment that I bought. Now, YouTube, this is number 7. YouTube is a long-term commitment. It's not something to be taken lightly. Like I told you, I've been in the community for about 2 years. I went through my emotional roller coaster, having to start over. I started over, and the growth is still slow. Still slow, still maybe growing by maybe 10, 15 subscribers a day. Definitely nothing to be impressed about when you have other YouTubers out there telling their stories of 3,000 subscribers in a month or 10,000 subscribers in a month. Definitely nothing to be impressed about. So YouTube is a long-term commitment. Everyone is just waiting their turn to actually blow up. You know, not saying that my content is worse than someone else's content. I'm not saying that my content, because I have an HD camera or I have really cool angles or editing skills, that means that the next guy, I'm gonna beat him. But it heightens my chances. But there is a good chance that he's probably gonna beat me if he has better content or he just has more exposure than I do. So it's just like a lottery pick, and whoever gets it gets it. Be thankful that they got it and roll with it. Just roll with it. But it's a long-term commitment. You never know if you're ever gonna get picked, and we're just believing in what we create. Hopefully it touches somebody, even if you quit YouTube in 10 years and never really got anywhere. But hopefully it gets you somewhere in life. But it is a long-term commitment. So please do remember that it's not an overnight process. Most YouTubers never get big until about 5, 6 years into it. The next thing we're going to talk about is, okay, I think I already mentioned this. There will be many days when you want to quit. I can't tell you how much days I wanted to quit. I remember talking to my one of my supporters. I don't like to call people subscribers. I like you to call them supporters. I think it sounds so much better. But one of my supporters by the name of Sabrina Hackerson on Facebook, on YouTube, and all these different stuff, she was one of the fundamental people when I had to start over my YouTube channel, and it was atrocious for me. It was like I was heartbroken. I've already been heartbroken before, and it was like a similar feeling that I nurtured this baby for so long, for like over a year, and then poof, YouTube, we don't care. Call them all day and night, whatever. I'm not sure if it's ever gonna be fixed. Imagine that, Imagine that. Imagine getting to almost 10,000 subscribers, taking you this long and all this money, and then poof, we don't care. So you will want to quit a lot of times, and subscribers and just random people messaging you and commenting on the videos, telling you you're a piece of garbage. I mean, you're a normal guy or you're a normal girl, and they're just gonna tell you you're nothing at all. You're worth nothing, and you're just retarded. They're probably gonna comment under this video and tell me that I'm retarded, or I should have gotten a haircut or something like that. That's just how YouTube is. But you have to block it out. You have to stay focused. If you really want this, you gotta have to take a lot of chafing, and just roll with it. And believe it or not, this is my ninth point so far. Subscribers are actually more important. Subscribers are more important than views. And let me just throw it out there, because it may be confusing to some people. People say, "Oh, I need views to get paid. Why are subscribers so important?" Well, subscribers get you that consistent viewage. So, whereas one of my most popular videos, in fact, the most popular video that I had was just a random Murray video, and I posted it up. It never was popular. It just blew up, and then I got like a couple dollars from that. I can't tell you how much I got from it, but I got a couple dollars from that. That was cool, but past that, I would have never gotten paid more and more and more if I didn't have consistent subscribers who want to watch my things. So subscribers are actually more important than viewers. All right, they keep you afloat when it comes to your views, so it goes hand in hand. But subscribers means views, but views means just empty calories. It doesn't mean anything past that right then and there. But subscribers means views in the future. All right, and the 10th point, being yourself is actually difficult. I had the temptation to go wear a nice hat and maybe wear a nice shirt. This is the shirt that I wore all day to work, and who cares, whatever. But being yourself is actually difficult. When I came in the community, I would try to be the best of me. I would try to angle properly and get the right lighting. But I've realized that being authentic is actually more important than being, the best you. It's actually just being authentic and being true to who you really are. People will see that. And when I came to the community, I didn't get popular because I had create content or create looking content. I had regular content that was really crappy in quality, but people liked it. I guess I was more authentic, you know. And then the 11th point we're gonna get into is you need about 250,000 subscribers to actually become a professional YouTuber. So even if you have 100,000 subscribers, you're still only making a bare minimum, probably making minimum wage, just enough to pay the light bill, probably enough to pay some bills. And if you don't have a mortgage, then fine. But if you have a mortgage, you have kids, you have a family, you probably won't be able to pay anything with anything less than 250,000. So if you want to make the money that I make from my regular job, which is $30,000 that I mentioned earlier, you need about 250,000 subscribers, and you need about 1 million views every month. All right. The 12th point we're going to talk about is pretty much a continuation of what I just said. I have about 500 videos online, and I only have in my 2 years now. Between my two channels, that is, and I only have maybe over 4 million views. So you may have a lot of content online, and I was actually one of the lucky few, you know. And I'm still unlucky because still haven't hit 1 million subscribers. And you have people who maybe been in the community for about 6 months and already on 1 million subscribers. But there is a chance that you're gonna have a lot of content out there, minimal amount of views. You know, I posted videos and they're still only stuck on maybe 200 views, and people just don't care about it. It isn't that your video isn't good, but it's just because your rotation just didn't work out for you. So that's just how it is, you know. Keep on posting. One of those videos are gonna spark a fire if you stay consistent at some point, hopefully, and it may just work out for you. And when people see that you have more content available, you can definitely intrigue a lot of people to subscribe to your channel and keep watching. Now, the 13th point is YouTube is actually addicting. So all this bad treatment, all these negative things that I told you about YouTube is just the truth. It's not to discourage you. And I must tell you that YouTube is very addicting because I actually run through like a gigabyte of data in about 2 weeks. Back then, I never used that much data on my phone. And I spent so much money just looking at my phone, looking at comments, people messaging me, companies telling me they wanted me to review. Maybe it's something on that Cody or something like that. It's just addicting. You know, it takes away your life. So you are now to work at your professional job, you know, outside of the internet, looking at your phone all day and night. My lady always tells me that I'm always looking at my phone, looking at comments and all these different things, trying to figure out what's the next best thing. You know, I'm always going to sleep late, waking up early. It's addicting. It's like a drug. All right. You're always paranoid that maybe something wasn't done correctly and stuff like that. The 14th point is that YouTube is going to open up a lot of doors for you. So you're going to be exposed to so much different people in the world. I've gained friends, all acquaintances all around the world, in the UK, the US, Australia, New Zealand. It's just, I don't think I would have ever had the opportunity to meet any of these people if it wasn't for YouTube. So I do give YouTube that. I really do appreciate it for that. You know, in the Bahamas, we have about 350,000, I almost said subscribers, but we have 350,000 people in our population, residents, and we have limited resources and limited opportunities. So in this country, not only that, but we are very close-minded when it comes to the world and the evolution of technology and stuff like that. So YouTube gives people like me the ability to expand outside of the country that never had the opportunity to get a green card to live anywhere else. So this is where we stuck to live. We don't have a green card to live anywhere else. So this is our only way to get out of the country without really being out of the country. But the first opportunity I probably get to live out of the country, I probably would. The 15th point, and this is a long list. You may have to work on YouTube like a full-time job. Like I told you earlier, when I get off, I'm still on because I come and I work a full-time job called YouTube. So you're gonna have to work like a slave, and then live with the fact that you're only gonna probably make $100 every 2 months. That's just the reality of it. $100 every 2 months. So And the sixth thing and the last point is you can have a big hit video, but without consistency, you're just gonna be just as bad as someone who just started off on YouTube. Because just because I have a lot of subscribers, if you're not consistent and you're just as good as the last or recent content you created, I could have 20,000 subscribers, but eventually all my views are just gonna die and my channel is just gonna die. So you have to stay on it. You never could give up on YouTube. Once you start, you never stop. And when you do stop, it's all over. Not only that, but you have to stay consistent with it. So I hope you guys take something from what I said today. Once again, it's not meant to discourage you. It's something that was on my heart for a long time, and I just wanted to throw it out there. Hopefully, it does point you guys in the right direction when it comes to thinking more realistic about YouTube, and maybe quitting your job and stuff like that. I would say wait until you reach 250,000 subscribers. Give it about 5 years to actually become something, and if it doesn't, then make a decision from there if you want to continue or not. But don't go into it thinking that you're going to be a star and then you give up after about 2 or 3 videos or maybe 10 videos after like 6 months. You realize that nothing ever happened. Because in my first year, guys, I only had 250 subscribers in total. That's less than 1,000. 250 subscribers, and those are people who I was begging to like subscribe. I was literally taking people's phones and like clicking subscribe, and I only had 250 at the end of the year. Some people have had 600 in like 3 months, 3,000 in a month. My luck wasn't that good, and yours may be better, but this is something that you have to realize what YouTube really is. So with that, guys, if you have anything additional you want to add to this list, please comment in the comments below. I hope I helped you. I hope I didn't discourage you. Continuously to do research, and with that, peace in the Caribbean, peace in the Middle East, and to God be the glory.